Today, we will be talking about how women in the Middle East face issues like machismo. I will interview 2 women and 1 man. They will share their point of view and show how is living in Saudi Arabia and how this topic about feminism and machismo affects society. Feminism has always been a controversial topic since human race started. It behaves completely different around the world, and it is stronger in the Middle East and people who live, for example, in Turkey, Saudi Arabia, and Lebanon are the most affected. The Target 5.2 eliminate all forms of violence against all women and girls in the public and private spheres, including trafficking and sexual and other types of exploitation. Of the SDG 5, gender equality is trying to end all these forms of violence by 2030. And according to the official website of the SDG tracker, gender equality is not only a fundamental human right, but a necessary foundation for a peaceful, prosperous, and sustainable world. I decided I would choose 3 demographics to get more involved and be able to answer my main question. Why are cultural and historic issues stopping Middle East women from acting against violence received from men? At first, I decided I would talk to my uncle, Eric Zambrano, who has been living in Saudi Arabia for over 6 years. And he will share with us what he sees every day in the behavior of men towards women. How do you think previous generations have changed in this topic? How has culture and religion been involved?
Previous generations, I believe that they were more closed. Subjects like these were never talked. Nowadays, society has been updating. All around the world, feminism has become crucial and it's everywhere, so it is slowly getting here, and I hope that soon we'll be able to have equality in the Middle East.
Yeah, me too. Would you want to do something about inequality between men and women in Saudi Arabia? Like something to make everyone the same and have the same rights?
Of course I would, but I feel like it is a little too far from my hands, and I don't want to get in any trouble. But whenever I see a woman getting mistreated, I always try to interfere, even if it is a simple good evening to distract them. I always try to help them.
Thank you so much for your time. After hearing this, we are able to understand that foreign people are afraid to confront men when they're being possessive. But how do native women feel about this? Let me introduce our second interviewee, Orville John Juson. Please tell us, how do you feel about your culture's idea of how women are supposed to be treated?
My religion is the most important thing in my life. Men take care of us. If he says something, we always have to listen and do what he says.
Have you ever been mistreated by a man? From disrespected to violence, and are you used to this?
Yes, my father used to say my mother and I, we were not important, because he ruled, and sometimes he would be very rude to us. Now, when I try to get a job at a store, the boss told me women should never work because we were useless, and I cannot do anything because I don't dare to answer them.
Would you like to change something about your culture or religion according to the way women are treated?
I don't think so. We have been living this way a long time, and just because the rest of the world is changing, that doesn't mean that we are incorrect. If my religion agrees, I agree too.
Yes, religion plays a crucial role in your culture and your beliefs. So some women still think that it is okay to be treated that way, and men genuinely believe that they have way more power over women. We can analyze women's point of view and how they feel about this topic. The conflicts that involve society and multicultural awareness are different than the ones we are familiar with. After that, a native male perspective would be very interesting. That is why we have our next interviewee, Hussein Menjawi. How has your perspective about women's rights have changed over the years you have worked for education?
They haven't changed. I have always thought this way, and that's how I teach the kids.
And how do you think religion has affected men's perspective about women's rights?
I teach in a very religious school, and that is the priority. Thank our God, no matter how he thinks, we will always respect him.
How did you automatically react when you see a case of domestic violence from men to women?
I've never seen one. I just have heard of them. But I do nothing because that is not my problem.
Okay. And how would you say time and social media have been able to interfere directly with women's rights, and how they have done something either to help them or to make the situation worse?
Women used to be more obedient, and now that feminism is all around the world, they think that they have some kind of right to do the same. It is definitely making the situation worse.
Thank you very much for your time. Now we can see that there are many different perspectives. For example, how religion is more important than anything for some cultures. In the answers, we saw that Native people do not see this topic as a conflict, and that some men believe that feminism is affecting them negatively. Even though they know some women's rights are not respected, they think that the situation is right because they are more powerful. Eric Zambrano also shared some important information that helped understand the topic better. For example, how he said that foreign people usually don't do anything when they see a case of domestic violence. And that is because if the government and the police are not doing anything, why would citizens do anything at all? All the answers were crucial for getting a deep idea of how feminism is and how it behaves in Saudi Arabia. Thank you.